Hey, quick disclaimer. I am making this video for educational purposes only. Do what you want with this information. I do not encourage it if you are a competitive player, but you should be aware that this is a possibility. So let's get into it. These two iron boulders are the same Pokemon. The same with these raging bolts. They're the same Pokemon. And these gouging fire. They're the same Pokemon. And I'm not talking about species. I'm talking about cloned. See, it all started on Twitter where I discovered that someone posted about a cloning glitch in Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. It comes from tricking a Smeargle to learn transform, copy into the Pokemon of your choice, the bigger the better, near a tree. And what that does is that it tricks the game into thinking that that cloned Pokemon, that Smeargle is now a Pokemon that you cloned or it transformed into, and that it's spawning as a sleeping Pokemon next to the tree. Like I said, this is the original tweet where I found this information. It says there's a new cloning glitch in SV with a few catches. Caught Pokemon will have their respective biome for their location, so they're illegal. You can only unfuse one Kyurem, Necrozma, Calyrex at a time, so you can't get around that. So if you copy a Necrozma that is already fused, you can only have one unfused at a time. And you can clone items, and a lot of people confirm this where they give the instructions that I followed and give credit to the person they discovered it from. And they talk about the Raging Bolts and stuff. We see some examples of a Registeel being copied, but I had to try it for myself. So let's get our first attempt in. All right, so we are here trying to replicate the Smeargle Ditto glitch. I've already done it once. I want to see if I can do it again. Luckily enough, I had a Smeargle outbreak already, so I already have the mons here. So what you need is a Ditto, and then whatever Pokemon you want to copy in your party. These three here are just my catching Pokemon. So according to the tweet, all you have to do is get the Smeargle close enough to the tree where the model of whatever Pokemon it copies sticks. So right now I'm just kind of clearing away random spawns, and I'm gonna get one of these Smeargle's attention. You see a little question mark. They'll look at me. And that one didn't go too far. I got choices. So basically, from what I've noticed, you gotta wait until you get the closed eyes shake head animation, and then you can trigger it again. There we go. And if you do it right, you can get them pretty far. And you want them as close to the tree as possible. See, that might be not close enough. It took me a couple tries to do it the first time. That should be good. It's really hard to see, but like as you can tell, it's like right next to the tree. So Ditto's level 100, so it's faster. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to transform into the Smeargle, and the Smeargle is going to use Sketch. And so it's going to Sketch transform. And now you want to swap out to the Pokemon you want to copy. And so now you want to run. And I've noticed this. If it's close enough to the tree, when the model pops back up, it will go into the sleep animation. So as you saw there, the Raging Bolt went into the sleep animation, but notice how the Raging Bolt is still here. This is now an actual Raging Bolt. And I should have switched out Pokemon here. Now, as I'm catching this, we can talk about the giant problems this causes. More of these Pokemon, more of these cloned Pokemon are going to end up in the GTS, are going to end up in trade discords and whatnot. And it is going to be easier for people to pawn these off on unsuspecting people. So if you are a VGC player and you want to make sure that your mons are legitimate, you have to check the location now for like 100%. Most people did this before, but it's something you have to do now, because if you have one of these Paradox Pokemon that were caught in a biome, it's not possible because they're encountered in Area 0 throughout the regular game. And also, the increased capture rate is included. So once I got it down, I was able to replicate it. This is now the second time I've done it. And yeah, so I have another Raging Bolt here. And as you can see, the IVs are correct. The stats are correct. The moves are correct. The only thing that's different is the Pokeball, because I had to catch it and I caught it in a different type of Pokeball. If you really wanted to, you could catch it in the same ball if you wanted to, try that hard, but getting it in a level ball the first time was hard enough. It's the same nature, but as you can see here, so the only difference is that it says we first met one another. It has the date and the location, Savannah Biome. So now if you see the Pokemon in a biome, you know that it's been duplicated. And so, but like, you can't look at this on GTS. So you're not going to know until you get it. And the GTS has enough problems with like the inappropriate naming. Like, this is going to make it harder for VGC players to guarantee that they have a legitimate one. And for anyone who doesn't know about this, you have to check for this now. Like, you have to look for this. One thing I did notice though is that this Raging Bolt that I copied is from my second playthrough. So I played through Scarlet a second time, and I caught another Raging Bolt and Gouging Fire. And so now the copied one has the trainer ID for this one. So this could also be a way, if this Pokemon is encounterable in the biomes, this could be a way to duplicate or clean hacked Pokemon. So for example, like I get a hacked Cleaver, I could try to duplicate it through the Smeargle cloning, and when I catch the new one, it's going to have everything copied over, but it's going to have my trainer ID and me as the OT. So I don't know what this looks like on like PK Hex or something like that. So we'll have to let the people who know about that handle that. But yeah, this is gonna make GTS a real pain in the butt. So be aware. If you want to try it out yourself, do what you will with it. Don't use it to scam people. Don't use it to cheat people out of like Pokemon that they earned. But at the end of the day, like, you're in charge of your own choices. Apparently it's easier with larger Pokemon. And I guess you can also duplicate the item. Let me try Boulder. Because I think the Paradox Beast, you know, Bolt, Fire, Boulder, and Crown probably work better because they actually do have a placement in the wild. Even though it's a static encounter, it's still like the game still knows that they can spawn or they can be called upon. Okay. And I feel like you don't want it to get pushed too much away from the tree, like as you saw like in other attempts. It like the model will push away from the tree. I think you want as minimal of that as possible. I do think there is like too close with certain models. See, that time it didn't get pushed away, so I'm feeling a little more confident. There we go. And you're asleep. Iron Boulder, and we can catch it off guard. I feel like I should Terra Fairy because of the Sacred Sword. Hypnosis. 70% of the time, it works 100% of the time. I think it also copied Boulder's HP when it first swapped in. Like, this is an exact like copy. Oh, you woke up. Is there something sleeping over there? And I'm just gonna use an Ultra Ball again. And yeah, get the catch. Another Iron Boulder. And so if we go into the boxes, it also has the sports ball. So now I have 2 sports balls. So you can use this to duplicate rare Pokeballs or items, Master Balls. It's a little insane. And yeah. And yeah, so this time, they do have the same trainer ID. And yeah, one says Area 0, that is the original one, and then the other one is Savannah Biome. So I know that you're my real one. So yeah, be super careful on GTS. Be super careful in these trade discords, especially if you're getting a Pokemon for Charlotte Regionals, because this is scary, you know? Do you want to spend all that money and end up getting disqualified because a Pokemon that you thought was legit, you thought you were getting it from someone you trusted, like comes from the Savannah Biome? I don't know. Overall, I want to say that this was solely for educational purposes and to get the knowledge out there. I hope they fix this somehow. I don't know how they're going to. My biggest concern is that it is going to be like BDSP, where you can only bring one of certain mons into Pokemon Home from those save files, which if that is the case, like that is going to be a big pain in the butt for someone like me who puts these legendaries in the games, like in all the same game, because I use them for competitive. So like I always want extra copies. Like this is my second Gouging Fire. This is my second Raging Bolt from a playthrough. So like if I have to trade those back over to my other game to put in Pokemon Home, that is going to be a absolute pain in the butt, and it's just going to be a nuisance for other people as well. That being said, don't use this to cheat people out of real honest Pokemon. Don't use this to promote yourself with giveaways and this and that. I know the people who are going to do it are going to do it anyway, but I think this might be a big issue, because this is probably going to expand into more things that you can duplicate and probably cause a lot of problems. I don't condone this. Pokemon doesn't condone this. This is definitely going to be some form of cheating or manipulation that is going to be against the rules. So if you do have a Pokemon that its location is a biome that it is not originally found in, especially these Paradox Mons, you'll probably get disqualified for cheating. And if you're going to spend a bunch of money on a Pokemon tournament, don't do that. All right, so let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Do you think that it should be allowed? Do you think that it is wrong? Are you worried about getting competitive mons at all now that this is possible? Either way, I don't encourage it, especially if you're a competitive player. You don't want these in your save file at all if you're going to a tournament. I don't know the depths of hack checking, but if these are sitting in your party, or if they're sitting in your PC and they come across it somehow, it could be trouble. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And to end the video with these guys here, these duplicates, yeah, they're clearly the duplicates because they're in the Ultra Balls. We're gonna say goodbye to them. But that was fun. That was fun either way. Well, till next time, I'm Zach. We'll see everyone later. Game saved. They're gone. Don't be mad at me, Pokemon and Nintendo. Don't be mad. I'm sorry.